Good afternoon everyone. Welcome to your second lesson of topic for the week. So today it is Tuesday the 12th of January, and in topic today we are going to be focusing on history. So in your first lesson yesterday you should have introduced yourself to our brand new topic for this half term, which is the Great Fire of London. So yesterday you should have watched two videos introducing the topic all about the Great Fire of London, and we asked you to create a mind map all about the facts that you gathered from watching that video. So this is my mind map that I have made from watching the first video, okay? And I also made a second mind map from the second video I watched all about Samuel Pepys. Now, from watching those videos yesterday, we know that the Great Fire of London happened in 1666, which is over 350 years ago. So our job today is we are going to imagine that there is going to be a Great Fire of Nuneaton, okay? And I want you to have a little think with your grown-ups about what important things you would bury in the hole, just like Samuel Pepys did. So from watching the video yesterday, we know Samuel Pepys buried his Parmesan cheese, his wine, and his important papers. So I want you to pause this video and have a discussion with your grown-up about what 5 things you would bury in the hole if everything else got burnt down from the Great Fire of Nuneaton. What 5 things would you keep that mean something really special to you? So I want you to pause the video now and have a quick discussion with your grown-ups. Welcome back, children. So I hope you have had that discussion with your grown-ups. And the next part is that I have here a hole, okay? Just like Samuel Pepys dug up in his back garden. And I have thought about what 5 important things I would bury in the hole if there was a Great Fire of Nuneaton. So what I have done is I have drawn a picture of what my item is. That means a lot to me. And I have also labelled it, okay? So the first item I would bury in the hole is a family photo of myself with my family. So that I am going to stick there, okay? The next thing is that I would bury some chocolate because Miss Billick loves eating chocolate. So in that goes. So I've drawn a picture and labelled. The next item that I would bury is my favourite teddy bear. Okay, this teddy bear I have had since I was a little girl, and it is really special and important to me, so I wouldn't want that to burn in the fire, so I would bury that in my hole. Then I would also bury a spare clean set of clothes, because when I am escaping the Great Fire of Nuneaton, I cannot take everything with me. I will only be going in the clothes that I'm wearing, so I thought it would be a good idea to bury a clean set of clothes. And then the final thing that I would bury, so I've got 4 things, my final thing that I would bury is my favourite storybook, which I love to read, and that is Mr. Stink. So they are my 5 most important things that I would bury if there was a Great Fire of Nuneaton. So children, what your job is to do now is you can either download this document off our school website, and if you aren't able to do that, you can just draw your own hole on a spare plain piece of paper. And in that hole, I want you to draw your 5 most important things that you want to keep safe during the Great Fire of Nuneaton, and I want you to label what those are, and if you get those done, then you can colour in your 5 pictures. So that is what I would like you to do now, children. So pause the video and you are going to draw your 5 important things to bury in the hole, just like Samuel Pepys. Welcome back, children. So now we are going to write some super sentences. And to help us write some super sentences, we have got our sentence strip here. So everyone will have seen one of these before, okay? Because we have those in our classroom on our tables. So this picture here is to remind us to thread fingers to help us spell some of our words. Every sentence I write, I need to make sure I use a capital letter at the start of my sentence. But I also need to remember when I am writing the Great Fire of Nuneaton or the Great Fire of London, that they also need to have capital letters because that is a proper noun. In between my words, I need to make sure I'm using my finger space, and at the end of my sentences, I need to use a full stop. Now, after every sentence I write, I am going to read my sentence. I'm going to check my sentence makes sense. Okay? Then, the red picture is about our red words. So these are words that don't follow our phonic pattern. These are words that we need to learn how to spell. This picture here is to remind me about my handwriting. So my tall letters and capital letters have to touch the top black line, and my descending letters, so letters with a tail, have to touch the bottom black line. Then this picture here is, can I use a conjunction to stretch my sentence and make it bigger? And then here are wow words. So can we include some adjectives into our writing? And then at the end we have got a question mark and an exclamation mark, but I don't think we will need to worry about using one of those today. So I am going to write why I have decided to bury my 5 things in my hole. So if you're not sure on how to start your sentences, we have got some sentence starters here. I would bury, I would hide. Okay, so I am going to choose one of my items in the hole that I decide to bury, and I am going to explain why I have decided to hide and bury that in my hole. So I'm going to start with my teddy bear. So capital letter I, and that touches the top black line. I would. Now my tall letters touch that top black line, and I've got my finger space in between. I would bury. I would bury my... Now, I could just write teddy bear, but I am going to challenge myself, and can I use some adjectives to describe my teddy? So, you might have the things that you would bury at home with you, so you can look and describe what they feel like, what they look like. So, I know my teddy is very soft, okay? So, I would bury my soft. Now, I'm going to thread soft. Soft. My soft. And I'm going to use another adjective. My teddy is brown. So, I would bury my soft brown. I'm also going to thread brown. Ow, n. It's ow, brown cow. I would bury my soft brown teddy bear because. Now, Miss Billick has learnt a little rhyme to help me remember how to spell because. Now I'm going to share that with you, but if you have your own, when you're writing because, remember to say that little rhyme to help you. So, big elephants can't always understand small elephants. I would bury my soft brown teddy because he is my favourite toy. Okay, so he is my. Now, I don't think I can fit favourite on there because it is a big, long word. So I'm going to go onto a new line. Favourite toy. Okay, I've got to the end of my sentence, so I need to put a full stop. And I now need to check my sentence to make sure it makes sense. And if you can spot something that isn't quite right, now is the time to change it or add something in. I would bury my soft brown teddy because he is my favourite toy. Okay, so now I'm going to use the next sentence starter to help me write my next sentence. So I'm going to carry on the same line. I would hide. Now I'm going to Fred, hide. H-I-D. It's I. Nice smile. I would hide my. Now, my family photo is very precious. So I am going to use the adjective precious to describe my family photo. I would hide my precious family photo and I've got to because again, so I'm going to use my little rhyme. So big elephants can't always understand small elephants. I would hide my precious family photo because they are very important and special to me. Because they are very special and important to me. Full stop, and now I'm going to check my sentence. I would hide my precious family photo because they are very special and important to me. So, I would now carry on and write my other 3 sentences to talk about and explain why I would hide those in the hole, just like Samuel Pepys. So children, your job is to now write sentences to explain why you have buried your own special important things. Remember, I want you to use these sentence starters to help you. And can you use because, our conjunction, to explain why you have decided to bury those things? So children, that is your job to do now. When you have finished, it would be really great if you could take a photo of your amazing sentences and a picture of the items you would bury in your hole and send that to me, Miss Ford or Miss McGrath, and we can't wait to read what you have decided to bury in your hole. Okay, have a good afternoon children, and we can't wait to see how you get on.